Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Lord Nod at the side of E3 2014, and with us is someone really special. This person is going and telling us about one of my favorite games of E3 2013, and I think of E3 2014. Yes, you got it right, you can't miss it, it's The Division. We are The Division is what we're talking about. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Tell us who you are and what do you do?
I'm Fred, executive producer on The Division.
Wow. So you're the man for us. You have to tell us, after the Snowdrop engine preview in 2013 and one of the biggest games I thought of 2013, you're now here. We are here in 2014.
It's great to be here.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's getting closer.
It's closer, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about The Division. What's been happening? We saw such beautiful intro videos at the Ubisoft press briefing, and we've seen the demo. But tell us what's been happening.
Right, so last year when we showed you the first demo, the agents were in Brooklyn, and that's a little bit earlier in the game than what we showed this year. So the agents this time around is a little bit more advanced. It's a little bit further down the line, and also one of the big things is that we're actually on Manhattan now. And just as you move, we're introducing the subway, the underground of New York City, and I think that's pretty exciting to show people that it's not just street level that the game takes place.
And when you showed both environment effects on the top and then great lighting effects, right, which is in the subway and they're going down, we saw something really beautiful about someone accessing memories and getting some XP around it. What's that?
We call it Echo. So basically it's a kind of a data mining tool that's picking up old surveillance camera tapes, hard drives, mobile phone, audio records, stuff like that, and then it recreates a holographic projection that, like you put it, basically displaying a memory of a scene that happened in the past.
Wow.
So this is a great way for us to really explain to people what happened in the world without taking away the camera control of the player, without moving them into a cutscene. And I think this is a very strong emotional moment that you can share in a co-op environment instead of just being directed to a cutscene, for example.
Very nice way to go do that. And talking about single player versus co-op, how much of the game can be co-op and how much is just single player?
Right, so 100% of the game is co-op, but it's also 100% of the game is single player. So you choose what you want to do. If you want to play on your own, you want to play with a friend, 2 friends, 3 friends, 4 friends, it's up to you. And
wow,
then obviously we have an area that we call the dark zone, which is you move seamlessly from the PvE area into the PvP area, and then you can obviously meet up a lot more people in that area. So it's not restricted to the 1+3 co-op kind of environment.
Nice. And since you just brought up PvP, can we just jump into PvP day one, or do you need to buff up your character and get into PvP a little later?
Well, the Dark Zones is a very dangerous place in the game. It's the most that was hit hardest by the virus. So it's a little bit more devastated. It's a little bit more intimidating than the other areas. So you need to be pretty good to wander into those areas.
Nice. Tell us about the XP and the leveling system and the items that you're finding everywhere. How does the RPG elements play?
Well, it is a real RPG game at its core. So I mean, there's a lot of nice shooting going on. So you could call it, I guess, like an action shooter. So there's a good combat pacing to it, but it's also, you requires to be a little bit more tactical, assessing the situation, moving from cover to cover, so it's not just bang on and empty your clip and then move out. It's a bit more intelligent than that, I would say.
And how do I get, can I upgrade my weapons? Can I upgrade my armor? Can I upgrade my character?
Absolutely. So there's a huge range of weapons. What we call, there's a vast talent tree that you can choose, what you want to bet your points on. The skills are one of my favorites, and it's core to us. So there's a number of skills that you can mod and upgrade to different levels throughout the game. So there's really is a classless RPG, I would like to call it. So you define the class that you want to be in the game.
Wow. And you're Ubisoft, so I will always ask this question. Tell us how you've integrated mobiles and other devices into this.
Right, so when we looked at this whole new companion mobile app thing, we're thinking, okay, we don't want it to be a gimmick. It needs to be meaningful, and it needs to work with the fiction of the game. And I think, considering how well-known drones are already now, and people understand that it's not just military, it's civil authorities and police departments, etc. Everybody's using drones. So drones is a very useful tool in this kind of disaster monitoring kind of scenario that we're in. So on the tablet, you are actually controlling a drone in the world. That is, you can connect to a group, to 1 player up to 4 players, and you're kind of supporting them on the battlefield.
Wow. Well, I'm super excited about this. Thank you for going and sharing that with us. When can we get our hands on this?
So we're communicating 2015 now, and I'll get back to you when we know more.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Don't
But
worry. You get it soon enough.
yeah, well, I think it is still one of the most phenomenal games we've seen. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. This is Lodnard signing off at E3 2014.